And we should be live on the air. Welcome, everybody, to Fun in the Country Basement for this Sunday, March 3rd, 2019. As always, I am joined both by Walter from Kuntry 3D and Chris Riley from Chris's Basement. And I don't know, Chris, you go first today.
Alrighty. Yes, I am Chris Riley. Welcome to Fun in the Country Basement, as Glenn said. Our weekly fun-filled hangout for 3D printing and all good stuff like that. There's tons of people in the chat. Thanks for showing up. I'm Chris Riley on YouTube. I do 3D printing stuff. Go ahead, Walter.
I'm Walter, the redheaded stepchild of this bunch. And I like to sit here and just like make ugly faces at Glenn so that he laughs while we're on camera.
So like just your normal face then.
Oh, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. But anyway, you can find me everywhere at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Kuntry 3D. And I believe that Chris Riley forgot to tell you, he is also on Twitter still at Chris Riley 3D.
That is true.
And that leaves me, and I am Glenn, and this is Fun King 3D. But you know that because you're here on my channel today, and I'm super excited to have you. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the current participants list, which isn't right. They need to fix this. Now that we found this, and I'm so excited about it, it doesn't seem to work right. But Bantalar is here. Chris Gulata is here. Eldest Online is here. Hack Monkey. Lester Wetherall the second is here. Patrick Niehoff is here. Played as Skulda YT. Sean Gould, Tim Frank, Uncle Ron. And I know that there's others in here. Eggy the Tech is here. Robert Reynolds is here. The Handy Outdoor Nerd is here. Yeah. So, and I'm sure Ken popped in. Bob S is here. Frank Greer. And that's where we should cap it, or we'll just keep doing this all night.
Excellent.
So what's everybody working on tonight?
Well, I want to show y'all something, and I didn't show you before the stream because I'm going to have to get my handheld down here and turn it on. Everybody who gets motion sick, hold on to your stomachs because I'm moving the camera. But I've been having a problem with my TiVo, and I can't see my camera, so hold on 1 second so I can see that I'm showing you. All right, but if you look right here, maybe you can see it. You see, here, let me go around this way. Can you see the silver right here on this black?
Yep.
That was caused, the wheel is catching right there. I can feel it scraping. Okay. I don't know what it is. So,
and if you disconnect the arms off of it, do you still feel the drag?
Oh yeah, it's the plate. It's not the arms. Not the arms at all.
I just didn't know if it was maybe being broadcast from something else, like.
No, I mean I can physically feel it through my fingers when I hit that spot right there. And I'm wondering, because I ordered new wheels. I'm wondering if that might be the cause, is that the wheels have gone bad or something has happened to the wheels. I am going to take this apart. I don't know if I'm going to do it today. If you won't be here until Tuesday.
If you run that thing higher than where does it stop dragging smooth elsewhere, or does it repeat?
No, it's perfectly smooth.
I was thinking maybe the bearings were going bad, but that would repeat all the way up.
Well, see, and here's the thing. Like right now, it's perfectly smooth. It's like whatever it is rotates and gets out of the way.
Interesting.
Because now it's perfectly smooth even over that spot.
Well, that's because you showed it to Chris Riley and it's afraid, so it's going to act good now.
That's right.
But I can print 3 or 4 layers and it's perfect. And then all of a sudden it'll just jam and just it doesn't move anymore.
Always in the same spot on the rail?
Always in the same spot on the rail. Okay. Always.
So that eliminates bearing problem. I'd say that eliminates wheel problem too, though. Yeah, that's really weird.
What the hell else is it?
Yeah.
So basically I'm going to take this thing apart, take the belts off, take the top off, slide the carriages out, and see what's going on with it. That's what I'm going to do. And I may do that while we're sitting here because I don't got a whole lot else to do.
Jake from State Farm popped in. Can't Touch This is here. 3D Maker Kit is in. Tom the 3D Printing Llama is here. Chris Lane from Venturi 3D is here. Hello, Chris. If I missed anybody else, my apologies. Yeah, I ran into an issue with the FK1. I printed a benchy, and I'm going to take some close-up photos. Surprise, surprise! I printed a benchy, but I'm going to take some good close photos. But I noticed that there was some like ridges in the hull, and my first thought was that it was a little bit of layer shift. So I tightened the belt on the Y because of the orientation that I printed. And I printed it again, and they were still there. And I thought, huh, this is weird. And then I noticed that they're in exactly the same spot on both models. And so then I thought, okay, hey, that's really weird. It's consistent. Well, it turns out that one of the pulleys on the Y-axis was a little bit out of round. So as the extruder was moving, it actually had a little bit of a skip to it. So when that pulley would turn, it would stretch the belt, and it was shifting the extruder a little bit one way or the other. So I replaced that right before we went live. I'm actually warming it up right now. I'm going to print the file again. So
yeah, you know that those pulleys, smooth or toothed, are hard to find that are a decent quality.
Absolutely. And I went to Masumi. I looked them up on Masumi, which a couple people had suggested as well, but they're not bearinged from Masumi. They're just drilled, and there's no way that would hold up.
No.
So, and then I know Chris is in here now. Chris from Venturi 3D. He had said that I could order the Gates ones from E3D, but they're proprietary. Now, I know that Gates has a GT3 belt.
Yeah.
But I don't know if their GT2 stuff is different. But I also don't want to pay. Like, you get on Amazon and you look around, and there's pulleys for like $10 each. But that doesn't tell me that it's any different than the one I'm getting 5 for $10. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Yeah, and like Tom said, LDO, they sell that stuff, but they're like $9 a piece.
But if they're good quality, I don't mind. Everything on that printer is like top quality. I don't mind spending the money. The problem is I can't find the quality.
Yeah.
Every one of them that you look at picture-wise looks exactly the same as the other ones.
I know.
Tom Lama said you get those LDOs from Printed Solid, except for Printed Solid's completely out of stock. That was my first go-to. That's where I always check first. Yeah, the Gate stuff can get expensive for the FK1 especially. What's that supposed to mean, Chris? I think because he's talking about how many, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out. I ordered a set of 5 of the cheap ones, of which 2 were good and 3 had noticeable flaws in.
Yeah. And
it's like, well, how are you supposed to deal with that? Like, this is a precision machinery.
I know. Well, and
print your own pulleys, that wouldn't go well.
It's a double-edged sword. The market that we are in, and I don't want to get into e-commerce or what a big long discussion here, but the market that we are in, I want to be able to buy 10 of them for $5, but there is also times that I need something to be correct, and I would give any amount of money, and that market gets pushed out by the other market.
Right. So, yeah, because more people want the 5 for $10 than the 1 for $10.
Right. And that's just the landscape that we're currently in, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for this particular project, I don't mind spending a little bit more money to get the quality.
Yep.
You're getting old when you have to switch to stronger magnifiers when wiring your duet board. Well, Carl, you got nothing until you have to put on 2 pairs of glasses, like I do.
Yeah, that's because you're really really old.
Yeah, almost as old as you.
You wish, buddy.
Someday I'll catch up to you, Walter. Someday.
Only after I die.
It's a race to the bottom of the barrel, is what Ken said, and I would agree with that. Even the Prusa are not so good. Also, one died on my MK3. Yeah. I don't know where they would, like who sources good ones.
Yeah.
And it's not even so much the bearing, because it's usually the bearing that fails first. So I could buy, if the pulley was good but the bearings were crap, I could then buy good bearings.
Right.
And I wouldn't mind. Scholar wants to know why my MK2 is on the bench. Because I love it and I don't spend enough time with it. So I'm here to No, it won't heat up. I don't know, something in the hot end is gone defunct, and I've designed a new wind mouth for the FK1, and I need to get it printed, and it needs to come off of this bad boy. I kind of stole part of the design of the wind mouth on this. I like the one for this, so I used it as inspiration for my new wind mouth for the FK1.
It's a good wind mouth, I have to say. But there's something that bothers me about leaning that fan out like that. It feels hacked on. It really does.
Yeah, well, what I don't like is I had that really cool fan cover with the Fun King, which I did as a multicolored print with my my single color printer. I did, and it was always on there, but now it's not right, because one, I can't put a screw through here without a nut, and now the Fun King's looking down. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too. Somebody needs to make a 50-15 fan of decent quality. I'm tired of buying fan after fan after fan and having them to be the same trash with a different sticker on the back.
That's exactly the same category that we were just talking about.
Yeah. It kind of lumps into that same. I just ordered some. They're forget the brand. I haven't tried them yet, so I don't know how good they are. They are bearinged. I think the ones I bought before were bushinged, but I bought those in a hurry right before Orlando Maker Fair. I got a bag of 5 for $12. I think I paid $15 for 2 here, but they are Sound Original is the brand, but they look exactly the same as all the rest of them.
I found the issue with the TiVo.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, well, I took the carriage off, and on the back here, there's 2 screws that hold the plate that hold the arms on.
And they were going through.
And I can wiggle, 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 wiggle. So basically, it would, every now and again, the bolt would stick out and catch the plate or catch the rail.
Wow, good find.
Well, now I have 10 open build wheels for, stock.
There you go. You always need extra ones of those.
Carl, I did see your tweet on using the collared bearings, but honestly, that feels hacky to me. Plus, I'm still a firm believer that pulley needs to be toothed.
Yeah,
I don't think you should pull a toothed belt over a smooth pulley. And somebody had made a comment on Twitter that like light bulb went off, and that is like timing belt on a car. It's smooth when it's on the backside. It's always toothed on the tooth side of the belt, and that rings home to me. And I could be wrong. I don't know. But
so we're tuning to a number that's based on a pitch, and when you smash a tooth on a belt, you kind of throw that out the window. You lose something because those belts are somewhat tight, so when you don't have a tooth pulley and I don't think it hurts that much, but you probably shouldn't smash them.
No, probably not. Patrick Nienoff said Glenn dissing the fans, while in the same breath he overvolts them from 12 volts to 24 volts. But no, those are Noctua fans. But Noctua does not make a 50-15 fan. I have no problem with Noctua fans. They just need to make a 50-15. Yeah, no, my thought is if you're driving those teeth on a smooth pulley at the tension that we put on the belt, you're going to start to wear those teeth out.
Yeah.
And then, somebody had made a comment in one of the threads or something that I was reading about that, and they said, well, typically the part that goes around the pulley never makes it to the tooth side anyway. Well, like not on this thing it doesn't, but on that thing it does.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, Chris Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you the other day about doing the flags.
Mm-hmm.
They work like a champion.
Awesome.
I used the resin printer to print them because the bolts that go through them are really tiny, and I wanted them to be pretty precise. So I posted it on Thingiverse for other people to use.
Excellent.
And
no.
Once I get this back together, we're going to test them out again.
Excellent. So Skalda was asking me what I was working on. So I'm conflicted.
You look like you're holding the floor down.
Well, I'm really good at that. I'm kind of an expert. But so I'm trying to print a Snappy on a Snappy, as you might have heard, and it's not going very well. So I'm debating. I've created some test G code that will repeatedly test motion, and I can kind of tweak things. So I really need to start working on that. But man, I don't want to start working on that. So I was debating on whether doing that today or not. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot, I don't think.
It's got a fault on my bed heater. It says that it's temperature rising much more slowly than the expected 1 degree Celsius per second. Wonder if I can change that setting, because that bed takes a while to heat up. And if the air conditioner's blowing on it.
Yeah, that's quite the heat sink.
Oh, it takes a long time to heat up and a long time to cool down.
I'll bet it does.
Hey, I need to take a break right here and tell Play Death's happy 30th birthday. Today's his birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Don't
Happy
anybody sing the
birthday.
song, because you'll get hit for copyright infringement on that.
That's right. Happy birthday, Play Deaths.
Dave from State Farm says he likes to watch Chris's hands while he speaks.
He's told me that before, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But we're just gonna let that go. I do talk with my hands a lot. Even if we're talking in person, as Glenn and Walter can probably say, I talk to you, with my hands.
Have you always done that, or did it start with YouTube?
I've always done it.
Oh, see, I didn't really start doing it until I got on YouTube, because I needed motion on the camera.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like I was like, so blah, blah. So 3D Gusner said, Glenn agreed. Just looking at the Gates papers, E3D provide the teeth pulleys. The teeth pulleys are better for the teeth side of the belt. So there it is. 3D Gusner agrees with me. That's it.
That's all?
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that we know that tooth pulleys are better for the teeth side of the belt, and it's pronounced slicer and not slick 3R, my life's complete.
No, that's incorrect. You're still wrong.
That
Chris will back me up.
Well, yeah, I'm behind you 100%. But that tweet was the first. Now, it was from a reputable source, and that guy is amazing, by the way. But the guy that created Slick 3R. But that is the first tweet I read, and then I kind of put my phone down for a second and went, you know what? I think I'm going to get off of Twitter now.
That's just about
oh my God, Chris. That would have been so funny if you would have just deleted your Twitter account at that moment.
No, it wouldn't. It took him 100 years to get on it.
Be like, just like post one final tweet. I'm done and I'm out. And then, like,
I can't take this crap anymore.
That's it. It's over. I was happy in my dream world when I didn't know anything.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm still mad at him because I still wanted his celebration to be on the 24th of February instead of March.
Yeah.
Lester, my thing was still scrolled up, but Lester said, "You're running AC right now?" Yes, I am. It's like what, 90 degrees outside?
Mine's running wide open right now. I've got that big fan
yeah.
sitting in the hallway pushing it right now.
It's so hot outside.
Wow.
It is friggin' hot as, yeah, it's hot here too, man.
It's 8 degrees here, so.
Yeah, move to Florida.
Yeah,
we didn't have a winter this year. Like, we had a couple of days where, like, you know, it got cold. I mean, it was in the 30s, but otherwise it's been really warm this winter.
I mean, we had a couple days when it got decently, you know, I think we had a couple days in the teens.
Yeah. I don't think that we hit anything that cold.
It immediately came to its senses and jumped right back above that. But
we have enough people in Florida. I don't need to move there.
You wouldn't know it by the showing we had at Gainesville Maker Faire. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah. I think there is more 3D printing people in Florida than anywhere else.
What, Glenn?
Quit picking on Gainesville Maker Faire.
No, I wasn't me. I was talking about by the number of 3D printing people that showed up. I'm not picking on the Maker Faire. It's a small Maker Faire. I get it. But I did see that Alien 3D showed up right after I left.
Yeah, right. He was actually waiting outside and watched you drive away, and he's like, "All right, I can go inside now."
Yeah. Right.
All right, somebody want to spoon feed me and tell me what the resistance should be on the, I want to say this is the 50 watt heater. No, they're 30 and 40s, right? The E3D.
5 million ohms.
I don't think my meter goes up that high.
Well, get a new meter.
It's the red cabled one. It's whatever the higher. Look at this one. So it'd be the 40 watt.
Lee Johnson, I print them standing up, buddy, on their end. And I haven't printed any 2020s. I've printed 3030 and 2040. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben? What do you say continuity on a heater cartridge, 40 watt?
Yeah, the 40 watt E3D.
I think they're 5 ohm, I think.
What's that?
I think they're 5 ohm.
I told him 5.
You said 5 million.
Well, you know, subtract the million part, and I was dead on.
That's a different setting on the meter. Well, mine's apparently infinity.
Infinity.
It's one of those
and beyond.
It looks like 35.8 K ohms.
Sounds like maybe a short.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I can meter the 30 watt. Why when you go to buy the 40 watt heater cartridge, do they have it listed for advanced users or for experts or something along those lines? It's like, so if I want a heater that's 10 more watts, it's I'm not advanced enough for it.
Where do they list that at?
I can't remember if it was on E3D site or if it was on Printed Solids. But yeah, the new one is 5 ohms. The old one is 5 million ohms.
Okay. Now we know.
Oh, I don't want to pull all that out. This sucks. Plus, it's only a 30 watt, and I'm replacing a 40 watt with it.
I got upset with Dave and him the other day at Printed Solid.
What's that?
I got upset with Printed Solid the other day.
What's that?
Because I ordered a thermistor on the 26th of February, and it still hasn't shipped. Well, I got no email or anything telling me why it hasn't shipped, but I did find out that they ran out during the
big sale.
The big sale Black Friday thing they did. But I mean, that should have been, you know, on the site, and it wasn't. And they were really upset that it wasn't. I mean, they were upset that it happened, but you know, if I hadn't been able to fix my thermistor the other day with a little bit of solder, I'd have been really in a pickle.
Well, what happened was the order came in and they looked and they're like, oh, we only have one of these left, and there's 2 people that ordered it. And then they said, oh, well, that's just Walter. Send it to the other guy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we know that guy.
That's just Walter. He lives in the country and doesn't know how to use a telephone anyway. So
His computer skills are lacking.
Yeah, Chris, I'm trying to print another Snappy on this Snappy, and it's not going well. I actually got a couple of pretty good parts out of it, but now it's not so good. So I'm not sure where the wear and tear lies, but I thought I'd at least take a peek before I gave up altogether.
All right, a little bit more put back together, and then we'll try to do a print.
So it's all Daniel Norey is going to come to Murph.
yeah, isn't that awesome?
They
That
raised
is awesome.
They raised enough for on the GoFundMe.
And quickly too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even. It was already a goal by the time I even saw it.
Yeah, that was me. I remember seeing where somebody said we ought to do it, and then the next thing I saw was, well, we've reached our goal.
That's about the speed at which it happened too.
That's what I understand. I think it took like an hour.
That's awesome. He's one of my favorite guys.
All right, FK1 is printing. I wonder if I can get the camera over there. Gotta get my bench cleaned up.
All I've got left on this is belt tensioners now. Woohoo!
I don't know, man. I don't know if this is ever going to work.
Do what?
I'm just complaining.
Oh. So nothing new. Gotcha.
Nothing new. It's usual. I complain a lot for a guy that doesn't have to do this stuff.
I know.
That printer totally looks like
all low.
That printer totally looks like it's made out of Lego.
It pretty much is. If I would have printed it out of ABS, it would be.
Don't we all do that though, Chris? It's not just you.
I know. Yeah. At some point, it starts to feel like work.
Well,
Every day, brother. Every day.
Yeah.
Carl said he was watching the stream and went to the store and bought the last one of those thermistors before they could complete your order, Walter. Yes, I have a PEI sheet for that printer, and yes, I am still running on blue tape until my bed leveling is right, because I just replaced the nozzle because I drove it into the aluminum the other day. So until it's right, I'm not putting that $150 sheet of PEI on that printer.
To answer your question, Tim Frank, no, I did not. I absolutely did not. I have no Loctite available to me right now. So, but here's the cool thing is, if it happens again, I know what it is. All right, are you twisted? I don't want you twisted.
Just lick the screw before you put it in. That'll stop it from backing out.
Don't get it twisted, man. That's twisted. I got to change the top. Mm-hmm.
What point is that, Carl? I may be still running blue tape on that thing when I come to Murph. You guys run socks on your E3D hot ends?
I'm about 50-50.
I've heard some horror stories of them falling off during the printing, and so I wire mine on, but then it's really a pain to get in here and do anything. I run one on the FK1, and it hasn't yet fallen off.
I have never had one fall off.
What's that?
The silicon shock on the E3D hot end.
I've had them come down and actually hit the print, but I've never had them come off.
So if I wanted this printer to start the movement slower, acceleration is after start. What if there's a way to ramp up slower?
Okay, so then what is the jerk setting? That's when it changes directions?
Jerk setting is how small is the move? How small of a move can be instantaneous? So a jerk setting of 5, if it's less than 5 millimeters, it will be instantaneous, and acceleration will not be considered.
Okay.
Acceleration is it from start to median to end to deceleration. That's how fast it can get to its optimum speed. But I don't know if there's one that you can actually, because what happens on this thing is that gear starts to move and the backlash causes it to jar. So maybe I don't know if there's a setting anywhere that you could say, okay, I need you to start it slower and then get up to speed.
Son of a bitch. Sorry, Glenn.
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh, Ron the Happy Extruder has joined us. Uncle
Hello,
Ron
Ron.
is also here.
Well, I almost had it together.
Chris Collada said Walter should always sit with his back to us. Much better.
I see how you are, Chris. I see how you are. Let's take it all back apart.
Lester said to hold the sock on with a wrap of Kapton tape around it horizontally. Well, I kind of do the same thing, except for I use a really fine wire and just wire tie it on. But it's just the Prusa extruder, and maybe the new one won't be as bad, but it's not easy to get in here and work on this thing. I mean, the guy who designed the one for the FK1 was a genius because it's really easy to get at everything.
I heard he stole his idea from Prusa.
No, just for the wind mouth. Prusa stole my idea.
That guy. Swear. Gotta watch him every second.
When I get done with this, I shouldn't have any problems for a while. Because I'm doing pretty much everything that you have to do when you build it. Just broke a belt.
Well,
Not
then
broke.
Probably time for a new one anyway then.
Not broke it. Pulled it out while I was tightening it. It pulled out of the zip tie that it was in.
Ken, I don't know if there's a mount for that yet. There's not a ton of mosquito stuff out there yet. Just a handful of things. And I made one of them, so don't use that one.
We need to correct that. There should be more mosquito stuff out there.
Yeah.
There should be.
I kind of wonder what the number is in the wild. I'm guessing, I don't know how many they've made, but it's probably, in the low thousands, I would guess.
Glenn, do you have one yet?
I don't.
I do not either.
I was telling Dan that I absolutely have full intentions on building an extruder assembly for the FK1 to incorporate the mosquito, but at the point that I even knew who they were, I had already reached out to E3D.
Yeah, I want to replace the volcano on this with one. With the what is it?
Magnum.
The Magnum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. God dang it.
The mosquitoes are cool, and I really like Dan and Chris. They're good dudes. And it's a good hot end. I mean, it's really well made. And given that it's square, the form factor is cool. I think it gives you better mounting options, especially since it stays so cool. It's just if you're building a machine or upgrading a machine, making a move to the Mosquito is probably, I mean, if you had a budget, that would probably be the last super awesome upgrade I'd do, just because they're hot ends that print as well for a lot less money.
But again, where the Mosquito is still new, there's the whole research and development costs.
Oh, yeah.
That have to be covered. I mean, once they can start really pumping out some volume, their prices will drop tremendously.
Well, and
or so I assume.
Right, and they're slowly coming to market as well. I mean, you notice all the resellers now that have them. So hopefully, yeah, it will step up and everything will sort itself out. It's cool. I mean, I like them. I do like the easy nozzle swap. That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, well now I'm eyeballing that new hot end from E3D, the what is it, the Super Ultra Volcano?
I just want one of the nozzles. It's like 4 feet long.
Yeah, it's like when you mount it, the extruder assembly is 2 feet above the nozzle.
Yeah, you have to have an impact to run it down because it'll take a half hour. Yeah, that thing looks really cool. Oh, something I found out the other day, and no one made me aware of this until I don't know how long it's been on there, but I am quoted on the Slice Engineering website, and I had no clue.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, there's a quote. They have a scroller that has quotes, and I'm one of those quotes. I had no idea.
How come it's not Slick Engineering's website?
Well, because there's no engineering firm that slices.
I'm glad that this argument gets to continue. I was really
hoping it wouldn't get ruined by truth, because I know I wasn't going to let it go.
Ken said Bondtech partner with Slice to have the BMG M special made.
All right, let's see if I can do this now.
Assuming no budget constraints, what's the benefit of the Mosquito? Seems like a small footprint, but other than that, well, weight, it's super light. It's super efficient. They say you don't even need to put a fan on it, correct?
In some applications, you probably wouldn't have to.
I guess if you were running like just PLA, and as long as you had enough airflow around it, but I mean, it supposedly doesn't heat creep.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you can change the nozzle with just one wrench.
You can.
If it's mounted correctly.
And the cool feature that I have not seen set up yet about the Mosquitoes, you can mount them back to back with fans pushing and pulling. So you could have a really cool dual extrusion setup.
Yep.
You can actually bolt them together back to back.
Sean Gould asks, so if the Mosquito is the last, quote, super awesome upgrade, unquote, what is the first? That's a good question.
Well, okay, so are we talking upgrades, or I'm going to go build a super awesome printer, right?
Let's say you were going to build it from scratch, because I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Where would you start? I would personally start with electronics, I think. I think I would build it around the board. And right now, if I wanted a super awesome printer that was going to print really fast and, like the Ferrari of printers, I'd just buy a Duet. And then I'd build around the Duet.
That is a very interesting answer coming from you, Mr. Riley.
Well, if that was what I was building, because I think nowadays, if you're gonna go that market, if you want to build a Ferrari, then you're gonna go Railcore or HBot or something like that. Now, if I was gonna go build a really awesome Cartesian, no, I would not buy a Duet.
But here's my question: where would you go? Would you go to Ultimate Machine? would you go to Ultimate Machine and get like an 9Z, or what would you do?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I don't really see a reason not to get an 9Z board if you're building a Cartesian, unless you wanted to use some other type of driver. Because I mean, 2130.
This is Chris Riley building his printer,
right?
So
yeah. Well, I mean, personally, yes, I would get a 9Z, just because I don't really think that there's. I don't think that there's for a Cartesian machine. I don't think there's enough options out there that would say, "Hey, buy this board instead of this one," because Ultimate Machine makes great stuff.
right.
The only thing that would make me sway off of it is the driver that they choose. That 2130 is an awesome driver and it does some cool stuff, but it's not the best driver. A 2660 would be much better, but that's a different form factor than, the Polulu.
Right.
The Polulu stepper. So I don't know. I mean, I think if I built a Cartesian, it would be pretty close to a Prusa. I think there wouldn't be a whole lot that I'd change.
Well, I find that interesting because Tom, I don't know if you watched any of his video today when he was doing a new Wham Bam Flex Steel whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the drive-thru at McDonald's most of the time I was watching it because the drive-thru was forever long.
And their ice cream machine was probably broken.
It was probably. I don't know. I don't do McDonald's ice cream. So, but anyway, so even in his video, he was like, people get tired of me comparing stuff to the Prusa, but it's the best on the market for the money.
Yeah.
And I'm paraphrasing. I did not quote Tom. But that's pretty much what he said. So.
Yep. I totally agree. I mean, for in that price range, I mean, there's nothing to touch it.
Right.
She'd just be silly not to have one.
Yeah.
Sergio's here. Hello, Sergio. HVAC A to Z is Sergio. He's a good guy.
We got a bunch of good guys in this group.
There are.
Well, this community as a whole, yeah.
I don't know any bad ones.
Except for that Carl guy. He changed his logo on me, and I can't ever tell where he's at in my chat anymore.
Yeah, don't change your avatar. I'll never know who you are anymore.
Right. What's up, Red Light?
Yes, in fact, if you're coming to Murph, we request that all of you have custom printed T-shirts made with your avatar on it.
And your YouTube username. Not your real name.
Or just order a Fun King shirt from Teespring, and that'll be fine too.
I thought about that. Just everybody that I meet, when I meet you, I'm just going to put a sticker on your shirt, and that means that I've met you.
All right.
With an individual serial number.
Yeah. Come on over, everybody. Get your sticker.
Oh, I remember talking to you, number 61.
I've told you guys this before, but that is my biggest fear. Is somebody comes up to me and I look like a jerk because I cannot remember,
Okay, so here's a little trick to stop that. You look directly into the camera and you say, "Hey, everybody, I am terrible with names. I'm going to forget your name when you come up and introduce yourself. It doesn't mean I don't like you, and it doesn't mean that I'm a standoffish. I'm socially awkward and terrible with names."
Or you can do like I do and just say, "What's up, buddy?"
It'll be good.
By the way, that's a true disclaimer. I'm really terrible with names, and I may be like, "Have we met?" It's all cool. I'm sorry. No, I remember going to Murph. Last year, and I warned everybody. Listen, if you approach me and I'm kind of cold or standoffish to you, it's not because I'm standoffish. It's just because I'm very socially awkward. And then afterwards, everybody was like, "You're not socially awkward." And I'm like, "But you're my peeps." It's like, I'm good with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I can stand in front of the crowd at a maker fair and talk about my printer because it's my passion. Ask me to get up on stage in front of somebody and make an announcement. Forget it. It's not going to happen.
Somebody just put in chat, Kuntry 3D, this is me. But that's a weird avatar, and I don't know who that is. Somebody called Naked Designs.
That's not very family friendly.
Naked Design. I know. Especially if you've seen his face. You really wouldn't want to see the rest of him.
Chris Lane said, "Hey, you're that person from that thing."
Yep.
And what's funny to me about that is that's how my niece is. She'll be like, "I need one of those things." What things? Well, that thing that goes with the thing. And it's like whatever she's talking about, and you're just like, "Uh huh." Okay, now I got to put 14 zip ties back on this, and no engineer would ever use zip ties.
Nah.
I want you guys to know, as soon as he said that, I went back and redesigned the FK1 to not include any zip ties.
What?
Good on you.
I didn't have to because I'm not an engineer, but
you never want to over-engineer. That's when things go wrong.
Oh, I over-engineer everything.
I have a tendency to, but I should have just, put half the amount of time in it and just left it. It usually turns out better that way.
You guys are all over engineering and everything, and I'm like, give me some damn baling wire. That'll work.
I like baling wire, except for I use the stainless stuff.
I use that for bolts that I don't want to come off.
Yeah, safety tie wire. That's exactly what I use. Yeah.
Yep.
Country engineering.
Yeah, that's something else.
All right. Now
So-
let's run through.
I bought a 0.8 nozzle and put it on the FK1. I haven't shared this. This is an exclusive. Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, I need to share that with you guys too. The whole I know Walter knows, but the firmware issue from last week. But first we'll talk about this because I bought a 0.8 nozzle and began printing a 500% benchy. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's horrible. And then when it started to lay the decking, it was just gumming up and having all kinds of problems, so I stopped it. And it was at that point that I decided I had no business putting a larger nozzle on this printer. Until it's dialed in and printing correctly with a 0.4, I have no business putting a 0.8 on it. So I changed it back out. The issue from last week, it was bothering me because, yes, we figured out what it was that caused the fan to not run, but I didn't know why. And it was actually Sunday night in the middle of the night. I snapped awake in the middle of the night and I knew what the problem was. When I built that printer, it only had one heater, which was the hot end. So H. When I added the bed, it became H0 and H1, but I didn't go down and correct the line for the fan. So the fan was kicking on when the bed got up to 45 degrees. I always run the bed when I print, but I couldn't at Gainesville because there wasn't enough power. I would have ended up tripping the breaker and knocking everybody else out. That's why the fan didn't work at Gainesville, but had been working prior to. So had it not been for the fact that I couldn't run the bed at Gainesville, I would have never found that problem. I mean, at least I wouldn't have found it until I couldn't run the bed, like at Murph. So I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was a great aha moment.
That is a good aha moment. Unlike any 80s song done by that band.
Are you saying those are not great aha moments?
Those are not great aha moments.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris. That was probably one of the greatest music videos of all time. Now, you have to admit, that Take On Me was probably one of the best videos of all time.
All right.
Well, it's probably one of the most. I don't want to say memed, but like the most
it was
copied for other things.
Yeah, but at the time, man, it was the most innovative.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it was so cutting edge that it has been copied tremendously for other things, car commercials and all kinds of stuff.
Now you watch. Chris is going to come out with a video next week. Going to have a Take On Me theme.
Yeah.
You watch.
Yeah.
But at the end, it'll be Rickroll.
Now, I can do without Rick Astley some, but you know. God darn it. A little secret on a TiVo Little Monster. When you put your belts on, make sure your belts are straight and not twisted.
Alrighty.
Because
Unless you want them to be.
It's just one of those things that's another pain in the butt.
So,
which way does the polarity go on a heater cartridge?
Black goes to green, white goes to red.
Is the blue one positive or is the blue one positive?
Both.
So Walter, the question that everyone wants to know: TiVo Little Monster, would you do it again?
Yes.
Excellent.
I would do it, but I would never put the smoothie board on it, ever.
I don't know if I'd put a smoothie board on anything.
Well, this one comes with one, but I'm saying I would take it out of the box and throw it in file 22 and put a duet on it from the get-go. Now, this one is running fantastically with the fouet that's on it, but I myself, in my current financial state, I would buy original duet. Let me just make that perfectly clear that I am not selling clones.
That's right. You're on my channel. I don't think he watches me. I don't think he knows who I am.
Oh, I need to go make sure that he does.
Yeah, that without saying a whole lot, that really irritates me.
The whole situation.
Yeah.
Well, and then
something else happened.
And then the amount of
Good Lord.
attention that he got off all of that. I mean,
that's even worse.
We got to quit. We got to quit feeding the troll.
Where did you go?
Cotton on, Joe. Sorry.
No, I lost my BL Touch.
Physically or logically?
That was my thought.
Well, I'm just saying.
Like, did you take it off and now you don't know where you put it, or?
Yeah, I put it in my pocket a while ago.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because I've done both. I just honest question.
I am notoriously bad for laying stuff down and then taking forever to find where I laid it down.
Oh yeah, I'm horrible at that.
Sit back on the floor.
I was thinking yesterday that I might start occasionally shooting a video or two, or maybe B-roll and stuff over at my desk where I used to shoot, so that I would go back to keeping my bench clean. Because this bench is always clean because of having to shoot video, but that bench over there is horrendously messy. There's so much stuff lost over there.
I think I might have actually improved this. Yay me.
All right.
I was plotting out my trip for Murph last night. I was on Google Maps figuring out where I'm going to stay on my way up and figuring out my time to be at White Castle by dinner time.
Yes.
Perhaps you should print a new benchy, Glenn.
Yesterday was the day of benchies. Actually, it's kind of been the last couple of days. I printed a flexible and that red flex, and it turned out just so, but it's still flexy.
I have yet to print with any flexible materials.
Prusa makes it real easy. I don't think I'd try it on anything else, though.
Well, I have a couple different samples. In fact, Polymaker sent me some a while back, and I haven't had a chance to play with it. I think it's their Polyflex.
Yeah. There's so many different types. I mean, this one had the sureness on it. I don't remember what it was, but why would I stop to read when I can just rip it open and start printing with it?
Right. So Xander and I spent the day yesterday filming and editing because I decided it's probably time to actually start putting some content out again. But I have a video coming out on a 3D pen that I got from GearBest. And I've now shot the video technically 4 times, but legitimately 3 times. The first time I shot it, I went in to edit it, and I edited through the whole thing, and I hated it afterwards. Like, it was just bad. There wasn't enough energy. I don't know. It was just a bad video. I didn't like it, so I wasn't going to release it. So we reshot it yesterday. Little Holmes, his microphone battery died, which you guys will see when the Mailbag Monday video comes out tomorrow. He didn't have any audio, so I had to make it work. So it's funny. Watch it just for that, if nothing else. But so yeah, we shot it again today, and it's like by that point you're so beat down. So I have a feeling I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate the video again, but Zach might be getting his own segment.
Nice.
I think I found something that's perfect for him, and I'm really excited.
Cool. I'd watch that.
Is Zach excited?
He's so funny. What's that, Walter?
I said, is Zach excited?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, we don't let him talk. We don't let him talk in the MakerBox videos because he's funny. He's very entertaining to watch, but that video has a purpose. I'm doing something for a reason. So, like, we can't have him mucking it up. But for him to have his own little video segment, we just got to come up with a catchy name, and then I'll have a theme song written for it. Because I'm all about the theme song. I was going to call it Zachary's Thing Thursday, but that didn't go.
I can see the look on Xander's face right now.
It's usually like a steamy, stewing type look. And then I thought I would just take his current theme and just everywhere it says Xander, I'll just dub over Zachary.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well, I have my BL Touch back.
But it was like every comment that I got on the MakerBox video yesterday was about Zach and how funny Zach was and how awesome Zach is. And I'm like, I think it was finally Chuck Hellbuck said something about him, and I'm like, yeah, Xander and I are just going to quit and let Zach do it all now. It's all about the Zach. Christoph Lemons asked, do you guys think a 3mm clone V6 would be better than a real V6 1.75 for flexibles? See, the clone V6s are really a crapshoot. I mean, some of them have decent machining on them. Most of them do not.
I personally don't have any luck with flexible on anything that has PTFE in it. It depends on the flexible too. There's a billion different types of flexible. The really flexible stuff like Ninja Flex or something, I don't have any luck with PTFE anything.
But now technically the Prusa has PTFE in the hot end.
Yeah, down to the break it does, but if it's actually getting warm,
so that's the one that's considered the all metal.
Yeah, that's all metal.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never knew the difference.
Yeah, all the genuine ones have it in the top to feed it down to the brake. But the ones when we say all metal, it doesn't have the one that gets hot, the one that actually gets by the nozzle.
Right, right.
But I have a genuine V6 Lite that does have a liner in it, a PTFE liner, and it doesn't like flexible either.
Interesting. Bennett, 3D Maker Kids, just said that he told Xander what I said, and he's not happy. He can hear me. He's right. I mean, he's just right there. But
so all
he's
metal.
Not paying any attention to you.
No, he's not. He's chatting with his friends. Yeah, not PTFE, all metal clone. So then really it comes down to 3 millimeter in the knockoff versus the 1.75. I don't know why that would make a difference. Is 3 millimeter flexible, not as flexible when it's still, I'm going to say, in filament form?
Yeah.
Like because it's 3 millimeters in diameter, so would it be less flexible?
That's a great question. I've never had any 3 millimeter flex.
I mean, that's kind of how my brain thinks it would be, thicker being a little bit more rigid.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know if that would be the case or if it would matter at all what the thickness was.
Yeah. Michael Fox went ahead and ordered a Prusa. Awesome, awesome. Congratulations and welcome to the family.
You will not be disappointed, Michael Fox.
Tom Lama said he has no luck with flex in an all metal. It sticks to everything in an all metal.
And again, I'm sure it's type to type. It's always different.
We have at least 2 votes for Zach Attack.
Oh, goody. I have a multi-material failure.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, we're on 4.
Yeah, I still want to create Zach his own channel and let him do like toys and stuff, which we're going to call Zach-tacular. But, oh my God, Chris, he'll go on for like 45 minutes to an hour just sitting here filming the unboxing of a toy and the stories he tells. The day that it got me was he was doing something with dinosaurs, and he looks at the camera and he goes, "You know what kind of dinosaur my brother is? A Fatosaurus." And I was sitting at my desk over there monitoring, and of course I started laughing. Well, then he heard me, and he just kind of built off of that. But
okay.
Oh.
All right, so let's try this again. What's the command? Do you know M98P? Crap, I don't remember the file name.
Hi, Martin. We don't know why you missed the start. Better late than never, I guess.
Probably taking a nap.
Michael Fox said, "I got
All right,
the bug.
so my deployment's not working.
My wife, it's your fault."
We're all enablers. That's right.
Where are you at?
Zactastrophe. What happened to Xander's things Thursday? That's a great question. We should ask Xander.
I thought you gave us a good explanation.
Yeah, he just burned out. It was just getting too hard. I mean, if you ever think that was the easy segment to do, take a year and pick something to print that you have to talk about. It's fun to print stuff, but then to have to talk about it, it was just getting too hard to find things that were cool enough to print and talk about. And then with schedule, like, he wasn't printing the stuff I was. I don't have time for that. So then he wasn't picking the stuff until like Thursday night or sometimes Friday morning, and we film on Saturday morning. So then I'm scrambling to get it printed and get it ready. It was just too much hassle. Plus he's becoming a teenager now. I mean, he's 12, he'll be 13 this year. So he's got an attitude problem. I was getting tired of beating him. My hands were getting sore.
I'm getting too old to beat the kids.
That's right.
All right, let's see if we can get a bed leveling done now.
Martin 3DP Iceland, you tell me, how many maker coins should you bring to Murph? Because I don't have a good number.
Well, I was steadily printing those until the Prusa decided to take a nap. But I think that I have. No, I can't even remember now. It's probably about 100 here.
Yeah, see, I won't even get close to that.
Keep in mind that there was like 1,400 people there last year. Now, not all of them want one of your maker coins, and you don't have to give one to everybody. But my answer to that question is make as many as you can before you go. Because if you bring them home, you can bring them back next year. Or you can give them away at other events or whatever. So
103. Well, I figure maybe like 30% of the people I'm going to see at Murph already have one.
I was talking to a guy last year. I was standing at his table, and I was talking to him, and I'd introduced myself, and I went to give him one of my maker coins, and he said, "No, I don't collect those." So I'm standing there, and I give him this look like, "Really?" And I reach in my pocket, and I take like 15 of them out, and I go across the table. I said, "You do now." But then I ended up, I'm like, I'm just kidding. And I collected them back up, and I just kind of tucked one underneath this printer. I don't know if you ever found it, but.
Hey, look, the Mayan Misfit has returned. Hadn't seen you in a while, my friend. Hadn't seen you in a while.
I hear tell a certain country was missing me.
I miss people because they're there for a while and then they just disappear, and you're like,
yep.
Well, what did I do to piss you off?
Yeah, well, and then there's always the concern that, something went wrong or, somebody got hurt. Or...
Right. But no, normally for me, it's the first thing is, what did I do to piss them off? And then I worry about them because normally it's my fault. Shut up, Chris.
Printing maker coins during Murph. Yeah. I'll have tons of stickers.
Kind of hard for you to do, right, Chris?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard unless I outsource it to you.
I got 2 printers. Bring some G-code. Oh wait, we have to slice them for these machines.
I definitely trashed this nozzle when I ran it into the bed. I mean, if you can see it with your almost naked eye, then you definitely know that it's trashed.
Probably so. I had a first the other day on a nozzle. I was in a hurry, imagine that. And I went to clip some cold PLA off of one, and I clipped the end of the nozzle off.
I've done that before. I have done that before.
Yep. That was a first for me. Never done that one.
That's why I don't use
you
flush
look at
cutters.
it and you're like, uh-oh.
I don't use flush cutters on the nozzle.
553066998.
But you look at it, and I kept trying to print because I just thought I cleaned it off, right? Yeah. And I look down, and it's just these gobs of friggin' filament coming out. And I'm like, what the heck? So then what I did, instead of doing anything, I changed the diameter of the nozzle to like a 1.1 millimeters and printed the hell out of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like when your 0.4 nozzle becomes a 1.75 nozzle.
Right. Exactly.
Uncle Ron, I had thought about it.
Never use cutters on the nozzle.
Yeah, well, yeah. Telling me rules, Yeah, Uncle Ron, I thought about it. I really thought about it.
Well, I will have my tablet and all, Chris, so we can slice whatever we need to slice there.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. There's going to be so much going on. I'll be giving other people's maker coins by the end of this thing.
I'll have plenty in my box for you to give away because I think I still have like 240 left from Earth.
Okay.
So I have a package here, and I probably won't have a mailbag between now and Murph. So this is a very special package because it comes from Mario, formerly of Robo. And he has sent me this for us to give away at Murph.
Sweet.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Did I tell you this was coming?
No. Oh yeah, you did.
How
Fun
awesome.
in the country. Fun in the country basement gets to give away an Olsen Ruby.
An actual Olsen Ruby nozzle, and we get to give it away.
Awesome.
I got it out of the P.O. box today, and Xander's like, what? And I said, we're giving it away. What? And I'm like, it wasn't given to us to use. It's really pretty.
That's awesome, Mario. And see, Regina's upset that they do that because her birthstone's a ruby. So she's like, I need one of those nozzles, and I'll just wear that around my neck.
That'd be pretty funny, actually.
I know, right?
I have reached out to some people about getting a printer kit to give away at Murph, and I thought maybe if it's the right kit, maybe we put it together. If we have time, we put it together there, and then test print or something, and then make somebody cart it off if we give it away. But that might, depending on how it breaks down, that might get trucked through Uncle Ron or Hack Monkey has one going that way as well. So we'll see how that comes down.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, if need be, it can come here because I got plenty of room in the trailer. So whatever we need to do.
All right.
Yeah. Scott's driving, right? He's going from Kansas City to Murph in the driving mode.
Yep. Yeah. He's only about 10 minutes away from me. So.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to read this just real quick. This is from Mario. He says, hey guys, hope you're all doing great. I figured since I had an extra ruby nozzle laying around that I'd give it to you guys. I already have one on one of my printers, and I rarely print with abrasives, maybe glow in the dark and wood. So this is yours to keep or do with whatever you want. Your friend Mario. So I changed my mind. We're not giving this away. No, I'm just kidding. So that's really awesome. Huge thanks to, Mario's in here. Awesome.
What's up, Mario?
Thank you, Mario. Thank you so much for this. And it is absolutely beautiful and appreciated, and it is going to make somebody super, super happy. Unless I accidentally forget it at home and don't remember to bring it. I feel like I shouldn't just like set this down somewhere. Like, should I go put this in the safe?
Well, and I have 3 more 3D pins that are going to be given away.
Hey, Nappin, I just want you to know every time I do this, I'm holding Swedish quality, brother. I could have made a really inappropriate joke there.
Yeah.
Channel.
You know what? I think tightening those bolts on the arm holder are gonna actually make quality improvements in my prints as well that have been coming off the TiVo.
That does make sense. I'm telling you that pulley, and I don't know for sure that's, I mean, it's still printing, but that pulley wasn't wobbling much, but just that little tiny stuff, just little tiny things like that make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nappin, that is actually my heritage. I am Swedish. I'm Swedish and my wife is Cuban, and my kids don't stand a chance. One looks Swedish, the other one looks Cuban. Swedish fish made my dentist rich. Let's see how this is doing. I'm gonna punch over there so you guys can see. I know it's not the greatest view, but I don't want to put the printer, or I don't want to put the camera on the bed.
Well, no, Chris, we stopped you from talking about that Snappy earlier. I think you started talking about it, and then we got on some other topic.
Yeah, probably I trailed off. That happens a lot. No, yeah. I mean it's some of those gears were a touch loose. So I put it back together, and I'm going to try again, but we'll see.
Okay.
So what is the allure of that printer, Chris? I mean, I understand that it's all 3D printed, but
Yeah.
what's special about that one? Is it all 3D printed?
85%. It holds the world record for the most 3D printed 3D printer.
So it doesn't even have like metal smooth rods or anything.
No. Even the Z rods are printed in 2 pieces and glued together.
Now, see, how long are those Z rods though, Chris?
I want to say they're like 190 or something like that.
So, like on the TiVo Little Monster, I could print them in one shot.
Yeah.
You could on a CR10 or
any of those.
FK1.
No, they're quite a bit longer than that. So they're like 290 to get not. That's with the socket that connects them and all that stuff. So yeah, you could.
I will tell you though, when you're printing stuff that tall, and I found this out on my 500 millimeter extrusions, when they're thin like that, you're still going to get some wobble at the top, unless you link them all together.
Or if you have a printer with a non-moving bed.
85% based on what? I'm not sure.
Glenn, the TiVo Little Monster doesn't have a moving bed.
That's what you think. You think it doesn't move. I've heard about those printers.
Yeah, 85% based on mass, number of pieces. What, Chris?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing relational to. Well, I mean, I guess you could now that you say that, I guess you could go a million different ways with that question. There's like I want to say there's like 67 parts. What they're calling 85% is there's 67 parts that are printed, and there's whatever the rest is not printed.
Now, but see, now you've got an aluminum bed on yours, right? They have a bed that you can print that's plastic for that, right?
The standard bed is just holders for a piece of glass.
Oh, okay. I thought they had I thought there was somebody's got a printed bed out there where you could actually put like an ABS bed on there you can print PLA on or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then so you got that, the motors, a couple of bed leveling screws, and that's it. And the circuits and wires.
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay.
Motors, wires, idler bearing and a hob bolt, end stop switches, electronics and screen. That's pretty much it.
I just thought the bed probing took forever before. Now with the new firmware, it does 2 probes in every spot.
85% of statistics are made up on the spot 85% of the time.
Hey, Ryan, was it you that wanted the model number of my microphone and all the other day? I think it was Ryan. It was either him or Joe Paddock. I can't remember. I think it was Ryan though. Yep, it was. All right. Well, after this, I have another stream right after this one.
What? Are you cheating on us?
What's that?
You cheating on us?
No. I've got a live Patreon weekly.
Oh. Must be for the $5 and up people.
It is.
That's nice of you.
Well, you know. Look at that. Robert Vline jumped in with $20, Glenn.
Holy cow. Awesome. Thank you, Robert. It is greatly appreciated. Thanks for the great conversations. Good fun. That is greatly, greatly appreciated.
Me too, Walter. Oh, wait. But you gave me generic info. What generic info did I give you? I don't remember giving any generic info. So let's see how we do. What are we? We're purple. So let's do a squizzle.
What?
A squizzle.
Squizzle?
Yeah, Luby squizzle.
Oh. I didn't know what you were talking about. Thought you were suddenly turning into Snoop Dogg.
No, she done that squirrel. Uh-oh, crap.
Sean Gould said, and of course, the ruby nozzle for the snapping makes all the difference.
It's got a genuine E3D hot end, so why still have a ruby nozzle?
I think I might have broke the solder on my thermistor, so I may need to go solder it again. On the mic info a couple months. Well, it's a generic microphone. I mean, I've got it in my order. Hold on, it's a cheap USB microphone. It's like $29.
Are you talking about your wireless one?
Yeah.
It looks just like mine, which is a Fifine. Mine's not the USB version. Mine's the.
It's a Fifine USB.
Okay, yeah. So everything's Fifine.
Everything's fine with it, but you know,
everything's fine. If you do buy one of these, though, make sure you buy yourself some rechargeable batteries because these things burn through some batteries.
Here is the link for it. That's the link to it. If y'all want to see it, that's what I've got. I don't know that they show a really close up of the connector though. I did not know you could plug this into a cell phone.
Oh, Jake, cool. That's so kind of you. He says all three of us always sound great.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, like sometimes it rubs on your skin or on your shirt and whatever, it makes a little bit of noise. But like yesterday with the filming and Xander's batteries going dead, my bad for not, like, we check them when we start, but we should really check them before each video. But I'm thinking about putting my regular mics back on if I can get them out of camera view for stuff where we're just sitting at the bench. I like the wireless one, like when I'm getting up to go work on the FK1, because I can still pick on Walter from over there.
Yeah, I like the mic I use, but I think audio is probably video. I just gave up because I mean you're only going to be so good on a 920C,
right?
But audio, I think it's what I fiddle with the most, trying to get it a little better because of wearing it on your shirt and trying to work on stuff and explain it at the same time. Trying to get it more consistent. It seems like I'm always messing with compression and, you know, different things, trying to get it to not blast you out or to not be so quiet. It's always a challenge for me, it seems like.
Well, and the audio is more important because, I mean, how many times have you watched a video that the video itself was kind of crappy, but the audio was fine and you still watch it? But if you turn on a video and the audio is bad, you're done.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not dealing with this.
In like 90% of the YouTube videos I watch, I turn it on and listen to it while I'm doing something, and I only look at the video if I'm stuck. I was like, what do you mean? You know, I'll go back and look if I can't follow the audio. But most of the time it's tutorial purposes anyway.
Yeah. Tom, I have not gotten what I need for that camcorder yet. It's not the cable. I need the Elgato Cam Link adapter that plugs into the USB, and they've been out of stock for forever. Well, that's not fair. They're on Amazon by third-party sellers for 4 times the price that they should be, but so. Adam Savage has a great video about glasses-mounted microphones. See, I have a problem with that because I'm constantly on and off with them.
Well, my thing is, now that I've got my connector where it's at now, or where I've got my mic at now, I don't have a problem with it, I don't think.
Where do you have it?
It's clipped to the side of my hat.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the stream the other night, it was scratchy, and everybody kept saying mounted on the bill of your hat. Yeah,
right now it's right here. And I mean, everybody said during my last streams that they could hear me really good.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, that it hasn't been scratchy or anything like that. So
awesome. Tom was doing the one in the glasses there for a while, and he always sounds awesome. But
Well, yeah, he's got like high end everything though. It's
Yeah.
it's so funny when you're watching YouTube and it rolls to the next video, rolls to the next video. All of a sudden it rolls into one of Tom's videos and like you look at it and it's like, wait, what's weird? You know, because like it's like perfect video.
I know. It's like watching a newscast or
It's like
something.
somebody's in my monitor.
Yeah, no. But his camera, mixing board, and sound and all that stuff, dude. I mean, he's top of the line right now.
Yeah. 3D Maker Kid, are you coming to Murph? If you are coming to Murph, I will give you a shirt, my friend.
Yeah, big shout out and thanks to Bennett for being, I believe, the first one to order one of my shirts from Teespring.
Oh, nice.
He said that the gold in the crown is a little bit green, but I think that's just because of the printing method. But I've reached out to him to see what we can do about it. And of course, I haven't heard back, but that was like Friday afternoon that I reached out to him. So Tom was saying $10,000 of equipment for his stream today. That is outside of my budget.
Yeah, it's a little way outside of mine.
I have this camcorder here that I got from Tom Lama that will soon be my primary camera as soon as I can get that cam link from Elgato.
Yeah. So Bennett, yes, I will have shirts there. So if you make it there, I'll hook you up, and if not, we'll work something out.
Yeah, you guys need to all tune into Mailbag Monday tomorrow to see what new shirts Xander and I got.
Sweet.
They're super special to me. Of course, every free shirt's super special to me. I'm a sucker for a free T-shirt.
They're the best.
I remember going to the computer conventions and stuff years ago, and everybody gave away T-shirts. Like you would leave there with just duffel bags full of free stuff, and then it was like everything started to get more and more expensive, and then now the swag at the conventions aren't as good anymore.
The last one that I went to, which wasn't that long ago, the best thing that I got for free, and this was a pretty high-end conference, but the best thing I got for free is I got $50 of Amazon Web Services.
Did you use those immediately?
I did. I haven't had to pay for off-site storage in 6 months.
Oh, hi, Harley. I see that you popped in there.
I have to excuse me. I'm fixing to slice a model and to send to the TiVo. So
Martin said, I got myself new T-shirts from Murph, marked back and front with my channel logo and my name and Icelandic flag on one arm. That's awesome. What I find works the best is wear your logo blazing across your chest and make your whole family do it too. People will always know where I am in the shows. That was Mitch. He made the comment something about like, I wish I was better at marketing myself like Glenn does. Yeah, I got to get a banner frame made for the Fun Country Basement banner.
oh,
So I'm thinking about pretty soon starting to build a hypercube.
yeah.
And I was thinking, well, I should get some sort of filament that looks cool to build it for all the printed parts. But nothing really jumps out at me as like, oh yeah, that's an awesome color. I should do that. Because I would want to print it in PETG, but I was having a hard time, I just lightly thought about this. I was having a hard time coming up with a color that I thought, yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Black's always good.
Black's always good. I thought about like getting maybe what's Prusa call that gray stuff it's a cool color.
The Vertigo gray stuff or whatever.
Yeah, it's like that, but I think they have that in PETG now. If you can get a hold of it.
Yeah, because you could do like if you did black aluminum and then all black printed parts, so it was just like completely murdered out. That would be pretty cool.
That's not a bad idea.
because you could do it as a rail core, and then you'd have you could do black rails and just have the whole thing blacked out.
That would be kind of neat. And Nappin wants pink.
Pink. Sean Gold said print a banner on the FK1 should be big enough. Yeah, I make the holders out of PVC pipe, but I don't know. I know I showed this last week. I don't know if everybody got to see it, but I think it turned out exceptionally well.
Very nice.
Except for it won't lay flat. It's just
Very, very nice.
Fun in the country acement.
Close enough.
Really, so we're completely official now. We have a website. We have an email address that nobody will ever know. We have a banner and we have stickers.
I thought about that. I was like, well, you know, on the stickers, I should have put every Sunday at 4 Eastern. I was like, yeah, but then as soon as I do that, we'll change the time.
Right. No, I think as long as we point people to the website, that gives us a chance to do whatever we need to over there.
Yeah.
I do want to put a list of our videos on there. Like it's gonna have to be like a manual update, but I'll figure that out. Maybe every time we post it to the site, have it all automatically added to the list of past videos.
Well, you can use my playlist if you want to, Glenn, because I add them every time.
But I think it would be a good resource for people to go back and watch the past ones. I don't know if anybody actually ever goes back and watches them. I can't believe that people are here watching them while they're happening. I mean, we're just like three guys sitting around, messing with crap.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, if my little monster decides it wants to work right now, I am so glad that I decided to take it apart today and not wait till Tuesday when the wheels got here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, well, see, that's what this stream was about. It was for us to hang out together and do these little tasky projects that aren't worthy of their own airtime.
I had a comment. I don't know if it was today or the other day. I don't remember when it was, but the comment was, "It's good to see someone on YouTube that knows what they're talking about." And when I read that, I actually did this. I went,
You did what?
I looked over my shoulder like, who's he talking about?
Who's that?
That doesn't say much about the rest of us.
Because, well, I don't feel like I know what I'm doing pretty much 90% of the time. That was nice of them to say, though.
Sean Gold says it's not official until we have Fun in the Country Basement t-shirts, which we can make that happen, but not until we find a decent t-shirt company.
Yeah, I thought about it, Glenn. I looked at getting some of the printable transfers.
Right.
And making us some for Murph, and I was like, they're just going to look like crap.
But I wouldn't wear it anyway.
No, I know you do Fun King. No, I understand that.
This is my thing. I mean, I'm willing to bet 90% of the people in this chat have never seen me wear anything but this.
No, I talked to Regina about it. I was like, well, we could get, we could do a limited edition, get 10 mediums, 10 large, 10 extra large, and 10 2X. Do the printouts, iron them on, take them to Murph, and sell them. Yeah. And she was like, I don't think anybody will buy them. I'm like, well, maybe not.
Yeah, and I have a guy locally that does a really good job on shirts, and they're all screen printed.
Your shirts are really nice, Chris.
Yeah, he'll do whatever you want, and they're cheap. But it's black and white only, like a single color.
Yeah. So, plus, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is somewhere to sell my stuff online. I don't want to have to buy 100 of them or whatever ahead of time. I want them made at the time of order.
Yeah, and that's the nice part about being close is I can just go buy a handful. Like he'll sell me 10.
Yeah, see what I don't understand, and this Llama brought this up. He said he's got a video of Glenn in a Chris's Basement shirt. So why couldn't you wear a Fun in the Country basement shirt?
Well, I do occasionally online rep somebody else. I've worn a MakerBox shirt during a MakerBox video. I've worn my Printed Solid shirt. I've worn my Matter Hacker shirt. It does happen occasionally. But before I finish this sentence, I would like to thumb my nose at Sean Gould for saying, we're still waiting on your first video, me, to see if you know what you're talking about. Nappin said, I've seen you wear pants sometimes. Sometimes I don't, though. It's just me in this T-shirt, and you don't even know it.
I don't want to know that.
When we were at Murph last year, Mara from Matter Hacker said, hey, I'll give you guys some Matter Hacker shirts, but I'd really like to get a picture of you guys wearing them. And I said, yeah, that can be done. So we on Sunday, just before we left, the whole family went in and changed out of our Fun King shirts and into Matter Hacker shirts. I walked across that whole entire show floor, and nobody stopped me to talk to. I couldn't do it in my Fun King shirt, but I walked across the whole entire place. It was like totally incognito just by changing my shirt. It was amazing.
Well, I am
spread shirt. Martin said spread shirt, and somebody else had said spread shirt.
Yeah, I've used spread shirt. Listen, I've used spread shirt. Spread shirt's just expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my issue. Let me lay it out. The hardest part is because I used to run a T-shirt company, and I know what I had, and what I had is what I want. Except for I don't want to be the guy that has to make them. I want to have a URL when you go to whatever.com/Fun King. I want it to go in and have all these different items: a T-shirt, a lady shirt, a sweatshirt, coffee mug, whatever, laid out like this. I don't want you to go in and it be one item, and under that one item, you can choose what you want. I don't like that layout. I don't want to go to a place that only allows me to have three colors of T-shirt when they sell 14 colors of T-shirt. It should make no difference. I should be able to offer all 14 colors if that's what I want. Okay, I'm done now.
I may have said that backwards. I may have went from somebody to spread shirt. Let me look. Yes. I moved from Cafe Press to spread shirt. So I am
currently. Yeah, Cafe Press is awful.
Cafe Press was very, very high dollar.
Scott Hackmonkey said, so you got to pay Glenn to rep stuff. Time to pony up, Chris and Walter.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Oh, I don't even want to read that, Tom Lama. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I got to figure it out on my own and stuff. There's another one that I was looking into. In fact, I think it was Joel that recommended it. And I can't remember the name of the company, but the way that it works is you set up your own merch store, and the person buys the shirt from you, but the order goes to the printing company, and then the printing company bills you for the shirt. So then you're paying a merchant, like you have to have a merchant account to be paid by the customer, and then you have to pay. So you're actually paying twice on a merchant account.
Right.
It just doesn't.
And see, that's why I was so hopeful that Merch Minion would be up and running and do what they were supposed to do, man.
I know. I just have a bad taste in my. I still owe them $10. So like, if they ever watch this, please reach out to me. I owe you $10.
Yeah.
They had given me my demo shirt, and she never gave me an invoice for it. So and the print quality was fine. I mean, it wasn't outstanding, but it wasn't terrible. But it just the whole them not being able to keep up with orders, the lack of communication. The fact that she was supposed to have my store online before Murph last year, it didn't happen. But then at Murph, she hands me my demo shirt.
Yeah.
Like it just, yeah.
I contacted them shortly after Murph last year and didn't hear anything back for like 3.5 months. And then I emailed them again, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'll get it set up. And I still haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, Martin said that they never shipped the shirt he ordered, but they kept the money. The other issue that I have with Merch Minion, and you know, and this is just me, they have no way to, like, there's no way for you to track your sales. So, and I won't say who it is, but I know somebody was going through them, and they know for a fact that they sold at least a certain amount of shirts, but then they never got paid for that certain amount of shirts. And there was no way to prove it and or track it. And that's unacceptable. So
merchandise is just that's just another piece that I don't think I could keep up with.
Well, and see, I only do it because, I mean, people have asked, and I love to see my logo out there. Like, I don't, like, the Teespring, I think I have it marked up like $1. Like, it's not much of a markup because it isn't really about making the money. It's about having the option for my merchandise to be out there. And what I do like about Teespring is they have all kinds of crazy merchandise that you can get. Like, you can get fully printed pajama pants, which are awesome if you're on a certain tier of sales, which brings me back to, I think that's a bunch of crap. What's the difference? You know? Harley says he found the Raspberry Pi for the 3D printer. Awesome. Awesome. I gave Harley my Robo, the one that's sitting back here. And then we were talking, and I told him that he really needs to get it set up with OctoPi. And he's already got a Raspberry Pi. So now we'll get him set up and get him printing. And Fun King pajama pants would be cool. I agree.
Yeah, and now that if you have OctoPi running on your Robo, throw one of those $3 LCD on there that I showed you this morning, and you can have a status right in the front of your printer.
I do have, and I bought it specifically to put on there.
There you go.
I don't know if it's the one. Oh no, it's probably not the one you were talking about, but
yeah, this one's a 1602, the smaller one.
I don't get to watch your videos on Sundays because I'm in church, and then by the time I get home, I have 8 million things to do, so I have to get caught up sometime through the week. But this is the rep discount full graphic smart controller.
Yeah,
I bought that to put on there.
There you go.
Never got around to doing it, but now I have to do it for somebody else because I gave it to Harley, and then I'm like, well, I have a screen for it. And he's like, good, get it installed. Fun King boxer shorts would be cool. They do pillows. You can get a pillow with the Fun King on it. So Mayan Misfit wants to know if there's a link for that $3 LCD. You should link your video, Chris. I mean, there is a link to Chris's channel in the description, which would be a quick way to get there. Let me see. If any of you guys are interested, it's teespring.com/FunKing3D. Because, you know, I like consistency.
I need to check them out too and see.
Well, it's supposedly it when you hit a certain level with YouTube, it integrates right into your YouTube.
Teespring does?
Teespring, yeah.
Huh.
That's giving me site is currently down for maintenance. Oh, thanks a lot, Teespring.
Did you not get the memo? I mean, come on. I
went through all the hassle to get set up on Amazon, and I'm still in there, but they disabled my shirts for lack of sales, which, you know, with no notification, because I thought that was kind of crappy, because, like, how am I supposed to know that they disabled it if they don't tell me? But I might go ahead and re-enable that and order one and see what they look like. I'm trying to find the best, the best of everything. I want the cheapest base so that it's cheaper for everybody. I want the best shipping options. I want good quality shirts. I always use Gildan 2000s, which like they don't label their tags, but it's the heavy shirts like yours, Chris.
Yeah.
Because when you get a shirt and like you hold it in your hand, you're like, wow, this feels like a good, even if it's a crappy print, you're like, this feels like a good shirt.
Right.
But my favorite shirts are the ones that are real soft and comfortable, like the Slice Engineering shirts, and it's like those are my favorite shirts to wear. But I want a good quality shirt with a good quality print at a good price for everybody. I'm not looking for that markup, and then I want it to be laid out online, easy for people. They're not down for maintenance. It's not what my screen says. It says we'll be back shortly. Site is currently down for maintenance. We apologize for the inconvenience.
So I only wear black T-shirts, and it's been that way for many, many years. But the shirts that you get with my logo on them are the exact same shirt that I wear every day.
Yeah, that's the Gildan 2000 shirts. That's a 6-ounce cotton shirt.
I buy them in bulk.
I know way more about T-shirts than any normal human being should know. Oh, maybe that's not my URL. Let me see. Because I can go to their main site. I just can't go to my. Yeah, it's just no. I try to go to anything. I try to go to my dashboard and stuff. It's down for maintenance.
I tried Chep's ironing in Cura on this print, and it looks pretty good actually.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Have you ever used ironing?
Not yet.
Yeah, it looks okay. I did it on the CR20S Pro with their default. I haven't done anything to their profile that they give, and it looks pretty good, I have to say. The problem is I used a translucent blue, so I mean you can see every layer line anyway on the outside, and it's a cat, so there's no really like flat top surface for it to iron.
It must just be my connection then, Bennett, because I can't even search for anything off their main page.
Where are you, Teespring?
Yeah, Teespring.
I know I posted this on Twitter, that alien ooze, but this stuff really makes me want to drink Mountain Dew.
Kind of looks like antifreeze.
It kind of does. I hear the antifreeze tastes pretty good.
It does not. It's got a little sweetness to it, but that's like the transmission fluid. Looks like it should taste wonderful.
It smells
awful.
Yeah, Glenn, it's only your site that's down for maintenance. Everybody else's is up.
Some of the stuff is working, some of it's not. They probably deleted it for lack of sales. Yeah, because I can't even get into the settings and stuff. So,
hey Chris, you should do a video where you pour antifreeze into a cup and then cut, so you swap it out with Mountain Dew and do the antifreeze challenge.
Oh my God!
Let the Darwin effect take effect.
Well, that was people when that flavor of Gatorade first came out. That ice blue colored one. People were putting it in Windex bottles.
Yeah,
walking around drinking it out of a Windex bottle. Don't drink the blinker fluids.
Yeah,
because all those that tried Tide Pods would definitely try antifreeze.
Man, I still need to do that. That's been on my list of projects for about
eating a Tide Pod?
A year now. No, using multicolor printer to print a Tide Pod and hand them out to children.
Oh, I got you.
I think it'd be great.
We should work with a candy company to make a candy that looks just like a Tide Pod.
We should.
Remember those old, they weren't really jawbreakers, but they were like big candies that you got in the gumball machines. And like when you'd bite into them, they were real dusty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like make it out of that kind of candy.
There you go. I think it'd be hilarious to have Tide Pods. I 3D printed some sushi the other day. I need to go find it.
What kind was it? California rolls or what?
I guess, but it's actually a pretty cool model.
Man, let me tell you, and y'all might have saw the pictures. We went to the Paranormal Cirque last night. That's the name of it. It's a circus. It was supposed to be rated R. And it was because they were frigging vulgar. Not because it was scary, but because they were vulgar as all get out. The entire show.
Huh, great.
Yeah. It was not worth my $75 that we paid for the 3 tickets.
Yeah. No pizza printer, but I'm printing sushi. Yeah, that's right, Reverend Nick.
Right. You're proud of that benchy, aren't you?
I am very proud. Very proud. This one, I'm bringing this one to Murph because it's my current favorite benchy, and I don't want to leave the house without it.
Yeah.
Well, now you can get it signed by Daniel.
There you go. Somebody said the other day I should bring logs so I could have Joe sign it. And I'm like, that is a great idea, but now I got to figure out how to get it there.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm bringing my Prusa is to get him to sign it.
You know, Scott is driving a truck from Kansas City, right? And he's like 10 minutes from you.
I know, and we talked about this the other day. I need to
crate.
Yeah, I need a crate. I need to make some sort of crate.
Oh, it'll travel. Just tell him to buckle it in the back seat.
Just toss it in the back. It'll be fine. Alex will hold it for me.
Just take it apart and take the frame, Chris.
Yeah, no, that occurred to me as well, but I don't know. I'm lazy. Put a chain on it, wear it as a necklace.
Hey, good news. My Prusa works.
Hey, good news. My benchy is a quarter of the way done on the TiVo.
Except for I don't know what that weirdness was.
And it wasn't sliced with Slick 3R. It was some other slicer. Chris, is it just me or are you stuttering every now and again?
I don't know.
Are y'all having fun with your video? Because Glenn's not stuttering, but you stutter every now and again.
No, I don't know. I'm not. I don't see any stutters.
Oh.
No, that's Google Hangouts for you.
Yeah, right. Well, I will tell you that I swapped from Cricket. I got another provider that actually works better than Cricket.
Is it cellular still?
Yep. And I am getting around right at 50 megabits per second down and anywhere from 4.5 to 8.5 up. Oh, Roy Holly says Chris is stuttering every now and again.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Nah, it's all right. But no, it's much more stable. The Cricket one used to jump up when I would start a download. It would jump up to like 40 and then it would slowly peter back down to like 21. This one consistently climbs until the end of the download, pretty much on the speed test. And it is so much more stable.
What is that?
I don't know, but that is loud. Good Lord of mercy.
That would be a Mark 2.5.
I only have one printer that's that loud, and that's the Monoprice Mini Delta.
I installed anti-dampeners on it to make it noisier.
I just threw a pocket full of change in it.
Yeah, I have some nuts and bolts zip tied to the bottom of the bed so they rattle around.
Ron said that it's 8 degrees by you, Chris. Your internet connection's shivering.
That ain't no kidding. It's gonna get down like to 2 or something tonight.
It's supposed to cool off here this week too. I think we're supposed to have a couple. The highs are going to be in like the mid 60s this week.
Gotta get your coat out.
Yeah, I'll have to put socks on with the flip flops.
Gonna have to wear pants that have legs.
You want to hear the quality, right, Glenn? Yes, I need to hear that Prusa quality. That's on mouse pads too, by the way. So that resonance, wow. The resonance is all in the. But I'm sure that printer needs new bearings by this point.
Yeah, and I'm you can check this out, Glenn. Look. I've got my head inside the TiVo.
Oh, but that's how the FK1 is too. The loudest thing on the FK1 is the power supply fan.
Yeah.
So I need to get in there and swap it out, but I don't want to end up swapping it out with something that doesn't blow enough air and then have it overheat. But it's an 18 amp power supply, and the only thing that it runs is the main board and the hot end. I mean, it doesn't run the heat bed, so I can't imagine I'm pulling enough amperage to really make it an issue.
The first Walter said he had his head in the TiVo. The first thing I thought was, my head's in the microwave.
Hey, I finally got it done. Check it. I got it done.
What is it?
This is a display plate for my little spinner. That I put. I'm gonna put it on the plate that comes with it, so that I can put my resin prints on here to dry in the UV.
Oh, okay.
It's just a plate to expand it, but it's 20 centimeters across, so 200 millimeters. It's 3 millimeters thick, and I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't have the camera, but check, and it's kind of hard to get, but look how smooth that is, dude. That's on the printed Hypercube.
Yeah, I can't tell on my crappy monitor.
Yeah, well, believe you me, it is butter smooth. Very, very nice.
Cool.
So, happy. Walter made a raft. That's right.
Well, I can't say that swapping that pulley out fixed it 100%. I still have some. It's not done, but I still have some issues with that print. That Walter, you asked me on Sunday or on Saturday at Gainesville what the most difficult part was, and I said bed leveling, but I take that back now. I truly think that getting the software side of this.
So you lied to all my viewers.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what happens when you don't give me the questions ahead of time so I can study up for the test. I mean, bed leveling has been a challenge on this, but I think the software, because, I can't just go download a profile. Or I can't ask Tom, Filament Frenzy, be like, hey, can you build me a profile for this? Because he doesn't have one of these.
Yeah, that is something, you mentioned that is something I would like to do. And I guess I need to build something from scratch. But that would be a challenge that I would like to take on. But building a slicer profile from scratch.
It's not fun.
Yeah, and I could see all the challenges of it, but it would be interesting how it kind of organically grew.
But to make it truly a challenge, it has to be a printer that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it has to be something that really isn't close to anything else.
Right, because that's one of the things, like when I started with this and you guys, I'm like, all right, what should I set my stepper motor currents to? And like everybody was giving me suggestions and they weren't right. I'm not still good on you for getting me started, but nobody knows because nobody has ever built this printer.
Right.
So
right.
Carl said, that's why I want Filament Frenzy to build one of my belt printers so he can help me get it fine-tuned. No, you have to build one and send it to him. Yeah, no, I just, it's like there's so many unknowns. And then, my whole cable equalization system, I'm second guessing it now. I want to put 2 additional lead screws on there. And yet when I look at it, I realize that it's actually working perfectly. It's just getting it all dialed in. So the steppers are set to, well, depending on the steppers, the bigger ones are set to like 1500 milliamps. The extruder, I think, is running 900 milliamps, and the Y, which is just a 40 millimeter NEMA 17, I think is running right at 1,000. So,
all right. You know what time it is now?
Yeah, I know what time it is. What are you saying?
Jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
You saying you're done with me?
I'm done with you.
We used to do these streams and they would go long.
No, you used to do these streams and they would go long.
I know, and then my computer broke, and then you guys started doing the streams, and they never went long anymore.
Right, because we made sure that we told you up front these are 2 hours. Because Chris, you can see him getting emaciated as he stands there waiting for something.
I'm telling you about it.
Let me ask you guys a question. When you schedule a video, when you schedule a live stream event on YouTube, it gives you the option to set an end time.
No.
What happens when you do that?
It cuts off.
It just shuts off?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody told, I think it was John from You Do It, told me don't do that because it does something. It'll let you go like 5 over or something, and then it cuts off or something. He said it cuts off, so I've never tried it.
Yeah, no, I've never played with it either. And I had seen it a couple times, and I just put it out of my head, but I had seen it when I was scheduling this stream. I think I scheduled this on Friday, but I'm like, I wonder what happens if you set an end time. Does it just like, you're done?
Right?
little light flashes or something, and then you're like,
Chris's feet get tired. Right. He needs a chair. You need a stool, Chris. If there was if you had a printer that you could print a stool on,
that would be cool to print a. No nap and no pizza today. We had pizza Friday, so I didn't want to have pizza that close together. It's not good for me.
I actually cleared out the area over by the farm and put a desk and there's a computer and everything over there so that I could stream from over there while I was sitting down and working, and I haven't done it once.
Right?
I don't know. I really want to put a camera back on my other computer so that I can have the occasional B-roll or something of me sitting at my desk. But I truly think that it would, because from the moment we started the YouTube channel, I always kept that whole area clean. Well, in fact, I decorated that whole area to be the backdrop of the YouTube studio. I put the pegboard up just for that kind of stuff. But I always kept it clean. And then as soon as we moved over here, that area is trashed. I mean, there's like projects on top of projects on top of projects. Zach will bring me toys that are broken. And I'm like, yeah, just put it over here on the bench. I'll get to it. The hook comes out of the screen and drags you off. That would be awesome. First of all, did you guys watch my MakerBox video yesterday?
I did not.
Of course not.
I haven't seen it yet.
I want you guys to at least watch the very beginning, the intro, and the very end, and let me know. I will watch
it. It's actually in my watch later list because I do that. I put stuff in my watch later list, and I go through them one at a time until I get done.
You know, we always try to come up with a cool way to deliver the MakerBox every month when it comes, but the full disclosure, transparent secret behind it is we don't start talking about it until we're ready to sit down to make the video.
Right.
Like we're not like, okay, next month, let's fly it in on a drone, which that was hysterical. That was such a catastrophic failure. So the one that I used for yesterday's video, I literally came up with it seconds before we started filming, and it just could not have worked better. It was so cool. It was so cool. And then Zach, I mean, the little turd was mocking me through half the video, and it was so fun because I don't watch him. In fact, I've gotten to the point where I don't even watch him during the editing. I wait until I'm all done editing, and then I go back and watch the video. That's when I watch him. And I was just dying laughing. And so I asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, I wanted to do that.
Well, I do want to say this before we get off of here. Tomorrow, and most people that watch my country time in the afternoons will know, tomorrow, Monday, is going to now be, if I do a live stream on Monday, it will be on my secondary channel. As soon as I get 100 subscribers, that will be called Country Living because I'm going to do things other than 3D printing on there.
You don't get enough abuse already?
Yeah, I do. But I'm going to do a Country Living channel on Mondays, and I'll release videos or whatever. But if I do a live stream on Monday, it will be on that channel.
I just couldn't even imagine running a second channel.
I can't imagine running one.
Come on, you know you'd love to live stream 5 times a week, man.
There's no way I could handle it.
I would totally do that, but somebody else already does it and ties up the best time slot. So
the best time slots. Well, I just posted the link to my other channel if anybody wants to check it out tomorrow. But it's going to be like drone videos. I'm going to have some drone videos on there. Stuff me and Regina are doing, off the side. We'll film it and put it on there. That type of thing.
I'm going to start doing live streams every night, but I'm going to start them 15 minutes before you.
Okay. Go right ahead. I'm still going to do mine at my time every day.
The only way I could do a live stream every day is if I did it at 2 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
But my live stream is going to be, I'm going to start at 15 minutes before you, and then as soon as yours starts, I'm going to broadcast yours in on mine, and I'm just going to do a commentary over the top of your whole live stream.
All right. Be like Mystery Science Theater 5000, right? Be mystery country theater. You could get you a screen and put a light behind you and just have a shadow up on the screen there with my video.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I'll just superimpose myself in as a silhouette.
Shut up, Carl. It's not going to be that type of channel. Those are those other channels you visit. And I also need to say that to my $5 patrons and above, as soon as I get done talking to Chris and him, I will send out a link to a Google Hangouts where you can join me. It'll be 10, 15, 20 minutes long tops because I have other things to do, but we will do that after this stream as well. I'm going to start that today. That will not be every Sunday, but I'm going to try my best to do most Sundays.
No now, dedication.
Question,
all or none.
Question, guys. Do you mind... And I'm going to ask you on camera in front of God and everybody. At Murph, last year at Earth, I streamed the whole show. Right. I would like to stream this one as a Fun in the Country basement stream, if y'all don't mind.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Chris, you okay with that?
Yeah, I have no problems with that.
Because I would love to get Tom and Joel and them over there to sit down and talk and, on Fun in the Country basement.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. We'll make it happen.
I don't think Joel left his booth other than to do his interviews last year. Like he was just
he's swamped. I know he is swamped. I know that.
Well, I think we should get some of the people that join this chat on there as well. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I think that would be even more definitely. Fun than the people that are already well known.
Well, you got to remember too. Like at Earth, I had cameras facing forward and backwards.
Right.
So that you could watch the people standing in front and the one standing behind. So I'm going to do the same thing again this year. And I'm set up better because I can actually run 2 or 3 cameras at a time. So I think we'll be okay.
It'll be good.
All right. Outros maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. You guys draw straws. See who goes first.
1, 2, 3, not it.
All right, well, I'll do it then. Fine. I am still the redheaded stepchild of this crew. I'm Walter from Kuntry 3D. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Kuntry 3D. We tinker, we print, and we build stuff using 3D printers, including new printers. Right after this, right after I talk to Chris and Glenn here in just a few minutes, I'm going to stream for the Patreons, so I will send you the link.
Awesome. I am Chris Riley. Chris's Basement on YouTube. I am on Twitter, Chris Riley 3D. Thank you for everybody that joins these weekly streams every week. There's people that join this every week. Very impressed. I barely join this every week, and sometimes I don't make it. So that's always appreciated. But yes, I'm on YouTube. Tutorials, all that good stuff. We probably already know each other. We've probably met. That's fine. I'm looking forward to seeing a ton of you at Murph as well. I'll talk to you a couple more times before then. But I'm pretty excited about that. And everybody, have a good rest of your day.
And that brings it around to me. And I am Glenn, and this is Fun King 3D. And normally we are a father and son team. But for whatever reason, my kid does not like joining these live streams. He gets real bored. But we like to do electronic projects and 3D printing projects. And, of course, those videos are here on Fun King 3D channel. For any of you guys that don't subscribe to myself or Walter or Chris, Chris's and Walter's links are down in the description. Also, we are always easily found on funcountrybasement.com, and there is actually subscribe links on that page as well. That page is always your resource for finding out where the stream is each week, because it's always on somebody else's channel. And if you tune into that webpage on usually by Sunday mornings at the latest, the link to the YouTube will be there. There was a couple more things I wanted to say. Now I can't remember what they were, so I guess it wasn't really that important. I do thank each and every one of you guys for being here. I know that our numbers today were up around like 90 people watching, which blows my mind. And each and every one of you guys are loved and appreciated. It would be absolutely useless for any of us to be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, because then it would literally be just us sitting here talking to the camera. So we appreciate you, and I definitely look forward to meeting those of you who I haven't yet met at Murph, and again making reacquaintance with those who I have met. So it's awesome. Anybody got anything else?
Nope. Well said.
Very, very
Walter?
good. Nope, I'm good, buddy.
At work at the meeting, we call it a once around at the end. Anybody one time around? So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Love you all. And if we don't see you before, we'll definitely see you by next week. As always, print on.